Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Good evening and welcome to the National News broadcast, bringing to you live from the National News Studios here at Rupavahini. We are ready to bring you the top stories here at home and on the world. I'm Rupavahini.
A very good evening. I'm Dilanjali Ananda and these are the headlines for tonight.
81,000 persons in 7 districts affected due to El Nino. Monaragala, the worst affected. Mahaveli Authority requests farmers not to postpone cultivation into Maha season. Responsible media coverage of the national television felicitated again. A number of Diamond Excellence Awards this year too. Proper guidance of the Maha Sangha, an immense strength for the progress of the society, says the Prime Minister. Protest against President of the Sri Lanka Bar Association. Public Utilities Commission announces new feed-in tariff rates of renewable energy. Ukraine in a special discussion against the Moscow administration in Russia.
Now for those and other stories in detail on your top story. Approval has been granted by the Ministry of Finance to provide over 80% of the funds allocated for this year as loans to uplift micro, small and medium-sized enterprises and agriculture. The amount allocated for this purpose for this year is 95,000 million rupees. This loan scheme is implemented taking into consideration the high contribution made by micro, small and medium-sized enterprises to the country's economy. Out of the allocated amount of 95,000 million rupees, more than 75,000 million rupees has already been utilized. These funds have been primarily allocated for 3 sectors. Priority focus has been directed towards enterprise development loan programs implemented to uplift micro, small and medium-sized enterprises. Attention has also been focused on developing businesses and enterprises related to paddy cultivation as well as the agricultural sector, considering their economic contribution.
More than 81,000 people of 22 divisional secretariat divisions in 7 districts are adversely affected due to the El Nino condition prevailing in the island. People of 7 divisional secretariat divisions of Bonaragal district are among the most affected, and meanwhile eastern, northern, north central provinces and Vavuniya, Mullaitivu and Monaragal districts will experience a heat that will be palpable to the human body, according to the Department of Meteorology.
The dry weather condition has directly and indirectly affected a number of sectors by now. Banana, coconut and a number of other crops have been destroyed in a large number of villages in Madaragiri, Polonnaruwa. Our correspondent said that wild animals are also facing immense difficulties due to the lack of drinking water. Sampath Vavu, Kitul Ara Vavu, Indi Palace Vavu, Kitul Kote Vavu, Neluvayaya Vavu and a number of other tanks also have gone dry in Tanamalvilla area due to the extreme dry weather condition affecting the Bonaragala district. Many livelihoods based on water are facing a huge risk due to this situation. Brinjal, ginger, banana, tomato and many other crops have been damaged due to the drying up of agricultural wells. With the prevailing extreme water scarcity affecting Velpattur area, the Department of Wildlife has taken steps to provide water through bowsers for the wild animals. Water supply through bowsers is being carried out in every 2 days for the small ponds constructed at several places, including Vevala and Kokpunchiala. Senior Additional Secretary of the National Disaster Relief Services Centre, Prageet Dhanansurya, said that water distribution operations for all families had already commenced. He explained that previously they had been distributing 6 litres of water per person per day, but under the instructions of the President, they had increased that amount to 15 litres. He added that the required water for consumption was being distributed daily or once every 2 to 3 days. Although there is no problem in the water level of main reservoirs in the wet zone of the island, the water capacity of reservoirs in the dry zone is sharply decreasing, according to the Department of Irrigation. Director, Hydrology and Disaster Management of Irrigation Department, Engineer L.S. Surya Bandara, added that out of the 74 main reservoirs, only nearly 36% of the overall storage capacity was currently retained. He explained that low water retention levels were particularly observed in the reservoirs of the Ampara, Batiklo, Polonnaruwa, Mana and Vavuniya districts, as well as other areas in the northern province. He noted that water supply for drinking purposes had not been restricted, though restrictions had to be imposed on other crop cultivations. The Water Management Secretariat Office of the Sri Lanka Mahaweli Authority informs the farming community to commence cultivation in the forthcoming Maha season on time without delaying it. Director of the Sri Lanka Mahaweli Authority, Engineer Nilantha Dhanapala, pointed out that despite operating under El Nino conditions, a good water level remained as the Yala season came to an end. He explained that they had planned to issue water for the Maha season between the 1st of October and the 15th of October. He added that if they commence with the rains of the upcoming Maha season, a significant amount of water could be saved for the next Yala season, and therefore he requested everyone to begin land preparation in their fields between the 1st of October to the 15th of October. The Department of Meteorology says that showers are expected in many areas of the island by the last week of September. Director General of the Department of Meteorology, Ajit Vijayabana, said that they expected rains to commence by around the last week of September. He added that they anticipated slightly higher rainfalls across many parts of the island during October and November. He mentioned that although intermittent rains were currently being experienced in the southwest region, they expected a slight increase in the prevailing rainfall condition over the following 3 to 4 days.
The three-member High Court judge bench hearing the case of the Colombo High Court today announced that the 2019 Easter Sunday case verdict will be delivered on the 22nd of September. The case was heard against 24 accused under 23,270 charges. The trial had one, namely Navaratna Marasinghe, Ramanathan Kannan and Sujivani Shankar, declared the decision following conclusion of hearing evidence for a long time. And meanwhile, Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya said that correct guidance of the Mahasangha is unique strength for the advancement of the society. She made these remarks during the ceremony held to offer the honorary Sannas Patra with the title of Saddharma Kirti Sri Anumadasi to the Venerable Balu Mahara Indratana Thera. The ceremony was held at the Gampa District Secretariat. The title offered by Malvatu Mahavihara chapter was handed over to the Thera by the Prime Minister. The relevant Vijayinipada was presented by the Deputy Minister Mahinda Jayasinghe. Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya said that the importance of acting with compassion, self-restraint, truthfulness and self-discipline was felt more strongly by society today than ever before. She mentioned that the great responsibility had been entrusted with the vulnerable and the venerable Mahasangha to establish the lay people in the 5 precepts of create a spiritual fulfilled community free from hatred and anger. She added that in order to overcome the complex economic and social challenges faced as a country today, it was essential to build a disciplined and law-abiding society rooted in that moral foundation. She emphasized that proper guidance of the Mahasangha was actually and crucial, remaining calm, making with decisions and wise decisions without anger, and moving forward with patience and neutrality when facing difficulties. Prime Minister further noted that the Council for Erudite and Practical Monks, such as Venerable Balu Mahara Indrananda Thera, strengthened their forward journey and expressed appreciation for the support received from the venerable monks in bringing about a new transformation in the country while building an equal and fair society for everyone. The 2026 Diamond Excellence Award ceremony was held yesterday in Colombo.
And national television won several awards at the event. The Diamond Excellence Awards ceremony was organized to recognize excellence in the electronic, print, digital media and business sectors. National television receiving multiple awards was a key highlight. The award for responsible news leadership and balanced journalism was presented to Vimuktika Karyavasam, Director of News and Current Affairs at National Television.
Diamond Excellence in Responsible News Leadership and Balanced Journalism, Sri Lanka.
Once again, let's give a round of applause to Vimuktika Karyavasam from the National Television News Director of SLRC.
The award for Outstanding Educational, Broadcasting and National Media Service went to Sanjay Indrakumara, Director of the Educational Programs Division at National Television.
Educational, Broadcasting and National.
ජාතික නාලිකාව ජාතික රූපවාහිනිය නියෝජනය කරමිනුයි සංජය ඉන්ද්‍රකුමාර මෙලෙසින් සම්මානයට පාත්‍ර වන්නේ.
The award for creative educational broadcasting and youth empowerment was received by Devika Kumara Singha, Assistant Director at National Television.
Definitely, she deserves the award of the Diamond Excellence in Creative Educational Broadcasting and Youth Empowerment.
Congratulations once again, Devika Kumara Singha. And continuing,
The award honoring 25 years of outstanding service across radio, television and print media sectors was awarded to Dushant Darshana.
The Diamond Excellence Silver Jubilee, complete radio, television and print media. Dushant Darshana is a well-renowned face that we have being awarded.
congratulations once again, Dushant Darshana.
The award for balanced political journalism and live event coverage was awarded to Chaminda De Silva of National Television.
And the award goes to Chaminda De Silva.
The Rata program, broadcast on national television, was recognized for its outstanding contribution to empowering local entrepreneurship and small and medium-scale businesses. The award was accepted by Director of the program, Viraj Dharmadasa.
And SME Empowerment 2026. And the award goes to Viraj Dharmadasa.
Congratulations, Viraj Dharmadasa.
In addition, several Lifetime Achievement Awards were presented. Veteran actor Sriyantha Mendes was honoured for his distinguished service to stage, television and cinema. Veteran actress Kusum Renu was also awarded for her exceptional contribution to the field of arts. Visharada Edward Jayakadi received a Lifetime Achievement Award for his outstanding service to the music industry. Veteran singer and presenter Charitha Priyadarshini Paris was also recognized with a Lifetime Achievement Award for her special service to the media field. A large gathering including political leaders, entrepreneurs, heads of media institutions, journalists and artists attended the awards ceremony.
And meanwhile, the Public Utilities Commission of Sri Lanka has announced new feed-in tariffs for electricity generated from renewable energy sources effective from tomorrow. Addressing the media, Director Tariffs and Economic Affairs of the PUCSL, Hansaka Kumurugamuge, said that the new pricing formula was based on 3 categories such as cost data, stakeholder proposals and government policy.
A person installing a battery and supplying the system in the night time, in the peak time, the peak time supply price is 45.53 rupees. A person who is having an existing SPPA for solar rooftop and if he is installing a battery, additional per unit price of 33.51 rupees will be given in addition to his existing tariff. So similarly, above 1000 kilowatt solar only price is 15.81. So if someone is installing a battery and supplying at the night, the night supply unit price is 42 rupees 49 cents. Then again, if someone is having existing solar system and willing to install a battery and supply at night, additional per unit price of 30.27 rupees will be given. Then the third category is new power plant with batteries. The nighttime supply tariff, ground mounted solar is 50.1 rupees. Then the daytime supply tariff for ground mounted is 20.72 rupees. Then again for floating solar, nighttime supply tariff is 57.64. The daytime supply tariff is 27.5 for floating solar.
A silent protest was held today opposite the Sri Lanka Bar Association office against the president of the Sri Lanka Bar Association. The protesters alleged that the president of the Sri Lanka Bar Association is acting as per the political requirements. They requested the president to vacate the post immediately. The protest has been organized jointly by the United Opposition and the activists of the civil organizations.
And meanwhile, the Korean Embassy in Sri Lanka held the Korean Ambassadors Cup Taekwondo Championship and the Sri Lanka final of the K-pop World Festival at the BMRCH in Colombo yesterday as a part of the Korean Week 2026. The event brought together Taekwondo competitors and K-pop singers and dancers, showcasing and growing popularity of Korean sports, music and culture in Sri Lanka. The programs also helped strengthen cultural and sports cooperation between the two countries.
It teaches us courtesy, respect, patience, self-control, and the courage to overcome challenges. Winning is important, but the effort to challenge ourselves and keep improving is one of the greatest lessons that Taekwondo teaches us.
Taekwondo too can inspire our young generation not only as a competitive sport but also as a way of developing discipline, respect, self-confidence, physical fitness and medical strength.
May the K-pop World Festival continue to serve as a vibrant bridge between our two peoples, bringing our younger generation closer and creating new avenues for friendship, cultural understanding and cooperation. Let us continue to strengthen for enduring friendship between Sri Lanka and the Republic of Korea through the
Stay tuned with more local stories after this break.
Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Welcome back. United States Ambassador designate Eric Mayer has officially arrived in Colombo to take up his post as the 29th U.S. Ambassador to Sri Lanka. Mayer voiced high enthusiasm for his new role, emphasizing his commitment to advancing economic opportunities for American businesses, reinforcing shared security interests and driving mutual prosperity for both nations. A distinguished veteran of the senior foreign service, Mayer brings extensive diplomatic expertise to the island nation. He most recently served as charge d'affaires in Norway and as senior bureau official for Youth, South and Central Asian affairs. His career spans leadership posting in North Macedonia, Kazakhstan, Cambodia, Finland, Argentina and Egypt, holding degrees from UC Berkeley and Georgetown The multilingual diplomat also brings private sector airline experience and multiple State Department honor awards to his new post in Colombo.
And a privilege the last 24 years to serve alongside the men and women of the United States Foreign Service. Our most important duty is to protect U.S. citizens and U.S. interests abroad. If confirmed, my top priority will be to ensure the safety and security of all U.S. citizens in Sri Lanka. First, I want to acknowledge the devastating impact of Cyclone Ditwa. The United States has committed $2 million in urgent assistance and leveraged the United States military's strategic airlift capabilities to support relief efforts. The U.S. response speaks to our strong and enduring partnership with Sri Lanka.
Round of the Miss Sri Lanka 2026 pageant is scheduled to be held on October 18th in Colombo. The selection trials to pick the 16 finalists concluded yesterday. The 16 contestants competing in the final round were chosen from among all participants under the guidance of a veteran panel of judges. The winner of this event will represent Sri Lanka at the Miss World pageant in 2027. Several distinguished guests, including the National Director of Miss World for Sri Lanka, Chantimaja Singha, attended the event.
Following their passing, the veteran lyricist Venerable Rambukana Siddhartha Thero, who immensely enriched Sri Lankan music, and Dr. Nanda Malani, the golden voice of the nation singing arena. It was conducted under the patronage of Most Venerable Katugastota Uparatana Nayaka Thera, Chief Incumbent of the Maryland International Buddhist Vihara and Chief Judicial Sangha Nayaka of the United States. The event was organized by the Sri Lanka Performing Arts Circle. The ceremony was attended by the Acting Ambassador of Sri Lanka to the United States, Madhuga Wickramarachchi, President of the Sri Lanka Performing Arts Circle, Ranjit Veerasinghe, along with its members and the Sri Lankan community in Maryland.
And meanwhile, a discussion on the project to develop Colombo Fort as a tourism zone being implemented with the World Bank loans and assistance as well as the promotion of Sri Lanka's tourism industry was held today at the Presidential Secretariat. The discussion was held between the Chief of Staff of the President Prabhat Chandra Kirti and a delegation led by World Bank Country Manager for Sri Lanka and Maldives, Grovering Sarvasayang. The discussion focused essentially on matters that arose during the previous meeting chaired by President Anurukumara Dissanayake regarding the project to develop Colombo Fort as a tourism zone while preserving its historic heritage. And meanwhile, the second Randoli Perahara of the historic Kandy Asala Festival is now parade in the streets.
The first Randoli Perahara commenced last night. The final hours of vibrant day in the hill country Asala Perahara festival were drawing to a close. A large crowd had gathered in the streets of Kandy since this morning to witness the second Randoli Perahara firsthand. The second Randoli Perahara had commenced in the evening at 7 p.m. as the Tusker stepped into the Sandagala. The honor of carrying the sacred casket in the second Randoli Perahara was bestowed upon Sinharaja Tusker of the Sri Dalada Maligava, while Pulathisi Raja and Mian Raja of the Sri Dalada Maligava accompanying the majestic Tusker. The route for today's procession passed along Sri Dalada Vidya, D.S. Nayaka Vidya, Sir Bennett Soysa Vidya and Yatinora Vidya, turning on Raja Vidya. Travelling along E.L. Sinanayaka Vidya, coming through across the street, proceeding via D.S. Sinanayaka Vidya and heading up Raja Vidya before concluding. The second Randoli Perahara, adorned with tuskers and colourful cultural performances from the Temple of the Tooth and the four main shrines, moved along, illuminating the streets of Kandy. We'll be back with international news after this break.
Welcome back with international stories. Following his appointment as the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Andy Burnham has arrived in Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine, for his first official foreign visit.
Foreign media reports state that during this visit, which coincides with Ukraine's Independence Day today, the Prime Minister will co-chair the coalition of the willing, meeting and hand over technical plans required for Ukraine to manufacture its own long-range missiles. Foreign media report that this emergency meeting, named the Coalition of the Willing, is being held in the capital city of Kyiv, co-chaired by the leaders of the United Kingdom, France and Germany. Ukraine has convened this special discussion with its main European allies, aiming to strengthen its air defense system and increase international pressure against the Moscow regime following an escalation in Russian missile attacks. Reports state that many heads of state are scheduled to join this discussion via video technology, while several foreign diplomats are participating in person. Authorities state that detailed discussions are expected to take place during this meeting regarding obtaining necessary military assistance.
Welcome back with your sports update, and today is the second day of the second test between Sri Lanka and India.
At the end of day's play today, Sri Lanka in their first innings were 8 runs for the loss of 2 wickets. The match is being played at the SSC grounds in Colombo. At the start of the day's play today, India were 300 for the loss of 5 wickets. They lost the first wicket today in form of Swarnash Jain, who was out for 6 runs. Rishabh Pant went off the field due to an injury, returned to bat today. Team India lost their 7th wicket when Rishabh Pant on 63, displaying remarkable batting skills. Dhruv Jurel was unbeaten on 115, also scoring the 2nd century in his test career. Later Sri Lankan first innings was opened by Lahiru Udara and Kamil Mishra when Lahiru Udara was out for 1 run. Prabhat Jayasuriya was also unlucky to be out for mere 2 runs.
And with that, we conclude tonight news. Do just tomorrow at the very same time. I'm Charita, signing off with Dulanjali. Stay safe and good night.
Good night.